Hi friends, welcome back to another episode of Philosophy Channel. Today's topic concerns the terms meaning and expression as they are used in post-deconstructivist discourse. You might ask what post-deconstructivist discourse means, but if you made it until here, I assume that you already have a vague sense of what this video is going to be about. Those of you who have heard the term deconstruction might know that it is a philosophical tradition initiated by a French philosopher named Jacques Derrida. He is often critiqued for arguing that language has no meaning. That critique is too simple. To make the debate more constructive, let us revisit his main animator, the Austrian philosopher Edmund Husserl. Instead of boring you with a biography, let us turn to the question of why he is relevant to our discussion. The meaning of words is dependent upon their relationship to other words. Take expression, for example. Expression, in German Ausdruck, can mean many things. Taken literally, we find the notion of pressure and all its connotations. But this is not what we usually think about when we use that term. Therefore, the meaning of words can change. Which means that for expressions to be sensible expressions, they draw upon existing vocabulary. Differently said, words depend upon other words to make sense. Why is this important? To me, this is important because I believe sentience, which I, taking some liberties, would like to see in the word sense, is so vital to our beingness. We live, suffer, laugh, and cry because that makes us feel alive. So, if we agree that conveying meaning to each other is integral to our beingness, then the issue of sensibility gains clarity. But how do we use this term, sensibility? And how does it relate to the term intersubjectivity? I would like to elucidate these questions with the help of a fantastic essay by the scholar and teacher Gesche Keding. She foregrounds two functions of language, which I reformulate like this. To communicate to others how we feel, we can describe our emotional landscape. That is the descriptive function of language. The other mode of language use is that of consent making. Something in the world sparks my interest, and I want it. In order for me to get what I want, I enter into a communicative discussion with whomever it is to whom the object of intent belongs. If in that process I find out that the person also wants me to want what I want, consent has been made. That is the consent-making function of language. The ability to respect other people's interests, intentions, and desires is perhaps the hallmark feature of our humanness. This capability is, from the tradition that I am speaking from, implicit in a philosophy that is about 100 years old. So let us hold dear to our cultural achievements. From my perspective, meanings and expressions complement each other. Allow me to summarize. Language, is a cultural, not an individualistic good. When we want to convey meaning, or when we ask for consent, we use different forms of communicating. Thus, intentionality and description are not identical. And finally, Post-deconstructivism rocks.